I have spent years studying designer furniture, designer finishes, finding designer pieces that are worth it. But here's the truth. You actually don't often need them. In today's video, I'm sharing some swaps under $100 that would fool designers. They think that they're Uttermost or Four Hands or any of those different wholesalers that you're finding at High Point. We are going to achieve that look for less, and I promise you, some of you are going to be pleasantly surprised. Before we get into today's video, if you find yourself wanting to shop any of these products, you can click the links down in my description box, or you can scan this QR code up on the screen. It makes it super easy to shop if you're watching on your TV. But let's get into today's video. Now, I don't recommend products that I don't try, because how am I supposed to know if they're good? Remember that the next time you're watching a YouTube video. Product number one is by the brand Sagebrook Home. So Sagebrook Home is actually a wholesaler that a lot of people buy at a markup when they're working with a luxury designer. So there's some tea for you there. This is a taper candle holder. Obviously, there's a table candle in there. It's giving Thaddeus collection from Restoration Hardware. Obviously, it's not the same thing as the Thaddeus mirror, Thaddeus table, because it's a candlestick holder, but it's under $100. I think it's under $30. It has a nice hammered look. I love the base that you see here. There's just like a lot of detail. This is gonna be great on your tablescape. If you wanna do some styling in your kitchen, if you have a vignette and you can't finish it, you're always like, oh, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna do a decorative orb? Am I gonna do this? Don't decorate with things that don't have a purpose. This has an actual function. It's going to help you illuminate your space, which is always a good thing. But please don't illuminate your bookshelf with a real candle. Use an LED one. But this is a designer look for less, and it's such a designer look for less, the designers buy it and then mark it up. Next up, we're going for that Ralph Lauren look. So the Ralph Lauren style is taking the internet by storm right now. And if you want to learn more about that, be sure to smash that subscribe button, because I have an awesome video on that coming out very, very soon. And I'll make sure that you don't miss it. But if you're trying to get that Ralph Lauren Christmas look, the Ralph Lauren fall look, the Ralph Lauren look generally, this is a pick you're gonna love. This is a faux leather napkin ring. So when we're doing designer spaces, it's all about those little details. This is a little detail that screams luxe. And someone commented on my video saying they thought I got divorced. I just have bad arthritis, but I might put my rings on over my swollen knuckles for you, because I don't want that rumor going around, okay? But this is a faux leather. Of course, you can get the real leather, but I think this set of 8 was under $20. They're faux leather. They come in so many different colors. They have this nice gold detail. When you're thinking about like that Ralph Lauren look, you actually gonna want a more champagne gold. You're gonna want the polished silver. You want more muted colors. You want chrome, okay? We're going for luxury, and we just like the little stitching detail. We like the pebbling of the leather. Luxe look for less. So maybe you're gonna spend a lot of money on a Ralph Lauren plate or Ralph Lauren charger, but we're gonna save money on something like this. This is a little detail. Your napkin doesn't look as good if it doesn't have a proper vessel with which to be delivered to your place setting. I know that sounds dramatic, but it's true. Luxury is about the details, and I'm giving you the details. The next look for less I've already shared, but I'm gonna share it again because it's that good. This is this cast iron rocking horse. Okay, so she's a cutie moment. I really, really like her. This is great if you like the McGee & Co vibe, the Magnolia Home vibe. If you like the equestrian vibe, again, Ralph Lauren, that's why we're talking about it. Every equestrian inspired home has a horse in there. Do I think that this looks a lot better than like that giant horse painting that everyone has, I think from Hobby Lobby? Yes, I do. Because this is a subtle detail. Again, gonna finish off a vignette. This is kind of the antithesis of what I just said about everything having a function. This has no function. I guess your kids could play with it. That's the function. But it's cute, it's heavy, and something about a decorative accent just having heft to it just gives it some luxury. And the item is finished all the way around. That's also a luxury tenant that you need to look for when you're looking at more affordable websites like Amazon, Walmart, Target, wherever you're shopping. You want to make sure the design is on all of the sides so that if you place it in front of a mirror, or if maybe someone's sitting beside it, it still looks good, because a lot of these places, they're cheaping out these days, right? They're only doing the design on the front, and then you can see the styrofoam on the back. Oh, awful. I hate it. Now, this is probably the best new addition to my home. And I know I'm always saying that, but I mean this. I mean this. This is going to elevate your outdoor space, your next dinner party, your bookshelf, your kitchen, any surface in your home. I mean, this is the creme de la creme of USB rechargeable lighting. So the gold, not gaudy. It's luxe. The bamboo, real. It's giving texture. You're getting the juxtaposition between a metal and then an organic element. That is a level of detail, again, that screams luxury. This comes with a remote. I think I've hidden it right here for my child. Yes. So it comes with a remote. The remote looks cheap. The remote looks crappy, okay? But that's all right. The remote isn't the star of the show. It's very well hidden. The light under there, you can unplug it. It comes with a charging cord, so you don't have to like steal the one from your phone. So what makes this luxe? Again, the contrast between the metal and the bamboo. The fact that the actual part where the light is well hidden. You can't see that. So a lot of the times they have this really cheap like LED type of like lighting screen. They have diffused the light on this. They have a top to the lamp, another luxury element. You cannot charge this super easily with the lampshade on. I mean, I guess you could, but you have to have a longer cord than what they've given you. They have a base that is heavy, so it's not gonna fly away outside. You can hear the actual metal. There's no scratches on it. Again, this is giving luxury. Now, this is not super cheap. This is not your $10 LED lamp that you're gonna get from Marshall's. It's still under $100. I think it's $87, but it holds a fantastic charge. You can use this indoors and outdoors. It's just something different than the basic stick lamp that looks cheesy. And I am gonna try this in the shower because you guys know I like a nice illuminated shower. You should buy decor that you can use in multiple parts of your home so that you're getting your money's worth, because you can cycle around your home, you can refresh your space using the same items and make it feel different. Because in this day and age, things are too damn expensive, even if you're watching an under $100 video like this, to only use something in one space one time. We need to get creative with our uses, so don't be afraid to test your items in different parts of the home. And if you're afraid to do it, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I'll do it for you. The next item that's giving luxury for less, I've already shared with you, but I'm gonna share it again. Because if something's good, you gotta hear about it twice, all right? This is restoration hardware inspired. It's art house inspired. This is under $25. There's so many different options. If you wanna do a textured gallery wall, this is how you're gonna do it. It has the sculpture. The sculpture is flush with this. It's not falling away. The only way I think you could make this look more luxurious is maybe if this was like a linen, but you could do that if you wanted to. You could cut out some linen, put it on there. It comes with hanging hardware. It does also have this on the back. You can rip that off. These are, I think, $500 a piece from Restoration Hardware, Our House, Bassett, cheaper on Amazon. Now, I will say you need to really go through and select which sculpture you want, because some of them are tacky, some of them are just like very off-putting, some of them are, I think, even demonic, but others of them are not. And you want to be very intentional about the type of art that you're putting in your home and what it means and how it makes you feel and things like that. But I wanted to put you onto this. Now, luxury doesn't end just because we're moving into the more festive months of the year. I don't care what your religious affiliation is. I don't care about any of that. You do you, I support you in all things. That doesn't mean whatever your religion is that you need to have tacky decor, okay? Your decor can be tasteful unless you really like the gaudy tacky stuff. Some people like that and I support that, because for Halloween, please give me the ghosts and the ghouls and all that stuff. For Christmas, I like something more tasteful, for whatever. Anyway, you don't need to know my life story. Let's talk about how we're gonna decorate for Christmas or just the winter season if that's something that you celebrate. This is another look for less. So this is functional, it's decor, it gives Christmas, but not too in your face, right? It's a nice neutral color. It doesn't say ho 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 on it. It doesn't say whatever on it. No text, can work in your kitchen, can work on a sideboard, and it's functional. Kiva, what is this? This is not only a coaster, but it's also a trivet. It can take high heat. You get 3 of them in a set, and you can use this if you're serving for the holiday season. There's nothing that grinds my gears more than you're hosting for the holiday season, and I've done this, okay? You're hosting, you wanna put down a pot, and you're like, okay, I've gotta move the 50 million trees in my like tabletop Christmas village. Love the Christmas village, it looks cute. Have it not when you're hosting, or put it on a sideboard or something like that. This is decor, you can flip it off, you can put your hot pan down, It's serving a function and it's looking cute. I like this. And look, it fits into like my existing style. I have not like decorated for winter. This is what my house looks like all the time besides literally this maple tree, right? This is gonna fit in, it's going to make sense. If you choose decor that fits in with your existing style, you're not going to get fatigued, you're not gonna get irritated, you're not gonna be yelling at your husband at 3 a.m. talking about, take down this Christmas tree. And he's like, girl, it's December 1st. Christmas didn't even happen yet, because I know we've all been there. The next little decorative element that looks luxurious in my opinion, and you appreciate my opinion because you're here, and I appreciate you appreciating my opinion. So thank you so much for being here and for rocking with me. But this is a faux pine. So if you can get real pine, I say get real pine. Is it a fire hazard sometimes? Yes, but that's like on an actual tree. It's not time to get a Christmas tree, okay? But if you want little seasonal elements, I think a faux pine is a great option. This one looks super realistic. It does not shed at all. I'm pulling on it. Do you see how it didn't break? It literally didn't break. Like, there are multiple stems. The stem came out because I was pulling on it, but nothing broke off, which I think if you have kids, you have pets, that's really, really important. Now, I will say these stems aren't super duper long. Let me pull one out fully and show it to you. But I think they look really, really, really expensive. They're super well made. They do not shed, and you can scatter them throughout your home, and you get a bunch of them in the set. You get so many that I didn't even use half of them. I just like took them to my sister-in-law's house and I hid them somewhere, and I think she'll appreciate them one day when she eventually finds them. But the green is really, really deep. It looks realistic. You can put these in a pedestal bowl with ornaments underneath. You can put them in a pedestal bowl with acorns if you want to, or pine cones. Those are pine cones, Jesus. You can stick these in your mirrors to embellish them a little bit to give that winter cheer. You can put these anywhere. I mean, you guys know where you can put them, but these are gorgeous. They look expensive, and I think they're under $30 or something to that effect. All those prices will be on the screen, so even if I tell you a fib, I will make sure you have the correct information so that you can make wise decisions with your money, because you work hard for it and you deserve to put it to a good place. Next up is something I'm not going to hold up because it's on the bed. This is this hotel inspired duvet cover. So when I began my time on YouTube, my first ever like real viral video was about making a bed, and this is the style that I had on my bed. Well, Wamsutta is no longer a thing. Well, I guess now it is a thing because Bed Bath & Beyond is back, but I'm not shopping there. But this was the style that was popular then. It's still popular, it's still luxe, but this is so much more affordable. Available on Amazon, and you don't have to go to a store that has since shut down and restarted and shut down and restarted and all that good stuff. This is gorgeous. The piping looks expensive. You don't need any more frills on your bed. That's also a great way to achieve luxury in the home, to go with the simple details that elevate so that you don't have to do too much layering. Of course, layering is a hallmark of sophisticated design, and we want to do it when we can, but we don't need to layer constantly. Sometimes less is more, and this is one of those instances. The next item that I think this looks so luxe, but isn't too expensive, is this candle holder. So I showed you this style of candle holder before. This next one is very different. This is more organic. It tells more of a story, and there's nothing wrong with either one of them. They're just different. So it all is about, you know, what you're trying to evoke in your home. But this is this woman, and it's a candle holder. This is something that I always use in my powder room. My powder room is very dramatic, and I think pieces like this make such a statement. They're functional, and I think sculpture is a way to elevate your home, and it's something that a lot of people miss out on. They just do print after print, painting after painting, and all those things are great, and I think you should have a combination of both. But sculpture is also a very, very powerful form of art that just breathes life into a space, in my opinion. I grew up with lots of sculpture. My grandmother is a huge fan of sculpture and artwork. You've seen her home, and I think just the two of them together, there's a synergy that just makes a home feel curated, which I do really, really love. Now, Tortoise is having its moment, obviously. We love Tortoise. You guys know I love Tortoise. Tortoise, 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 Tortoise. There's a Tortoise pitcher now. This is a great way to serve water to your guests. I don't think that you need to buy a whole new glassware set for every season. I know. I like the ones with the bows and the pumpkins and this and then that. You don't need to do that. You also don't need to buy a brand new cutlery set for every season, but you can have different serveware for every season. I think that's a compromise that's a little bit more affordable, and better yet, smaller server items. So pitchers like this, your utensils, like your serving utensils, that's something that we can do that's seasonal, that's easy to store, and a little bit more affordable. Those big, you don't need a different plate set for every single season, okay? It's all right. You can use the same plates all the time. They work beautifully, so just keep at them. But this pitcher is great. I think having a way to serve water is underrated these days. It's just like a little element that's gonna elevate your everyday, because, you know, sometimes it'd be nice to get water not out of my fridge and accidentally like get water on my foot and feel like my dog's peeing on me. Maybe that's just a me experience, but I think a lot of you guys can relate. Let me know down in the comments. I love this little picture. I think it's cute. I think it's chic. I think it's just something unexpected. Next up, we have this marble coffee press pad. I've shared this with you before, and if you haven't seen that video where I do like an unboxing of designer-proof items that other people have recommended and given you my 2 cents on them, click here to go check that out. But this is a marble coffee press pad. I think it's cool. I think it's a great way to elevate your coffee bar. I think coffee bars like just end up looking atrocious sometimes, but I don't think we should hide away the things we use every day. I used to say that on YouTube, put away your appliances, put away this, put away that. I'm not doing that, okay? I need my cup of coffee, okay? All right, I have a caffeine problem. This marble coffee press pad is a great way to elevate that sort of like setup. It can hold your tamper, it can hold, I don't know what all the parts are called, okay? I'm not that good at coffee. I just make good enough coffee so that I've stopped spending so much money at Starbucks. You get it. Another item that I'm loving in the kitchen that I think feels luxurious is just like this soap cube. So that begs the question, are you team body wash liquid soap or are you team bar soap? I think bar soap is a lost art. Art is not the right word, but I think it is a lost item that I think works super well, is more affordable, and can sometimes look better so that you don't have the soap scum in the same way. This is a soap cube. I think that this is great. This is not something I necessarily put in my kitchen, but maybe in a powder room, something like that. I think this is gonna get the job done. It smells good, and it's just like a little element that just looks so much better in my opinion than the like plastic dial soap container. But do. I just wanted to put you onto it because I think this is a great luxury item. I want to put you onto this linen table runner. So finding a good runner is hard. I think a border like this looks a lot more sophisticated. I think there's just some contrast there. It's introducing new colors. And I think it can be really hard for most people to use tablecloths because of the type of chairs that we buy now and what's really popular, and people trip on them and you have to iron them. I think this really beautifully anchors the table. It adds some lightness, especially if you have a darker table, but it's going to give you a really clear way to design everything and have your tablescape looking beautiful without having to go overboard, which I've mentioned a few times throughout today's video. I'm a huge fan of this brand, Celino Home. I have napkins by them. I've had tablecloths by them. I think the table runner is the way that I like to go, and it's very, very easy for me to give this a quick steam and throw it on the table. But again, I think just like the border of this really, really elevates the look, and that's something I want you to look for even if you're buying your tablecloths from Home Goods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, anywhere you're looking. And I hope that you're finding that the tips that I'm giving in today's video, even though I'm pointing to specific products, you can apply when you're out shopping absolutely anywhere, because that's what I want you to take away from my videos. A lot of the education behind how I choose what I choose and why I choose what I choose, so that you can make those decisions for you, even if you aren't shopping where I'm shopping. And last but certainly not least, I want to share this faux fur blanket. So I've had many faux fur blankets, but lots of them are normally like $150, $100. I wanted this time to find something more affordable. I love this one. It's the best one yet. It has like that tufting that I think looks really, really expensive. It has velvet on one side, faux fur on the other, so that you are not inhaling the faux fur. I love faux fur, but sometimes like the faux fur comes off of blankets and you're inhaling it and it makes you itchy even though it's not a real animal. Oh, I hate it. I think this one is luxurious. It gives you that drapey look. It's very, very soft, and it just adds texture without adding too much color. Lots of them have like brown and gray and white, and that's really, really nice. Again, I think that sells a realistic look, but I think they can be too distracting. They can feel too cabiny. I think this is a subtle way to layer without, again, adding so much that you eventually feel fatigued and get rid of it. I think this is a subtle item that looks really, really expensive. But okay, you guys, that's it for today's video. Those are 17 products under $100 that would fool designers. They all look expensive, they feel expensive, and you are going to save so much money adding these items to your home, because you can have a beautiful home without breaking the bank. I am a testament to that, and I will continue to prove that to you here on my YouTube channel. So if you aren't subscribed, I'd love it if you smash that button so that you can come back each and every week. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you want to shop any of the products I shared, you can just scan this QR code or click the links down in my description box. But until next time, have a beautiful day.